You know what's crazy? A lot of people study English for years, but the moment they hear real Americans talking, they freeze. Because Americans don't speak like textbooks. They don't say, "Hello, my friend. How are you today?" Nah, they say stuff like, "Yo, what's up? I'm kinda tired. Wanna grab food?" That's wild. And suddenly, your brain stops working. But today, you're gonna learn how Americans actually speak in daily life. Not classroom English, not robotic English, real English. The kind you hear in movies, TikToks, YouTube videos, cafes, colleges, and real conversations. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll start sounding way more natural.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to English Speak Show. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jamie, and oh man, today's episode, this one's gonna be good.
Actually good. Because today, we're not doing textbook stuff, no grammar rules, no fill-in-the-blank exercises.
We're literally just gonna show you how Americans talk in real life, at school, at work, at the grocery store, with friends.
Even at 2 a.m. when you're texting someone and you're half asleep.
Real scenarios only. And here's the thing, the way Americans actually speak, it's nothing like what they teach you in school.
Nothing. Like, your textbook says, "Would you like to accompany me to the dining establishment?" And then an actual American walks up and goes, "Hey, you want to grab food?"
Completely different vibe.
So stick with us, and I promise you're going to sound way more natural after this. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with the basics, but not the boring basics. Let's start with how people actually greet each other.
Because if you've ever walked up to someone and said, "Good morning, how do you do?" I'm not judging, but
That's a little stiff, yeah. Nobody really talks like that unless you're in a period drama.
So here's what real conversations sound like. Jamie, hit me.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Just tired. You?
Same. Ugh, Mondays, man.
Right? I didn't even sleep last night.
Oh no, seriously? That's rough.
Okay, did you catch all of that? Let's break it down.
So, what's up? That's the #1 casual greeting in American English. And here's the key thing, you don't have to give a detailed answer.
Nobody's expecting your full life story. Not much or nothing much, that's the perfect response, even if a lot is going on.
It's less of a real question and more of a greeting ritual, like a handshake, but verbal.
And then notice what I said. Mondays, man. That "man" at the end, Americans add that all the time. It's not calling someone a man, it's just an expression, like an emotional release.
You could say it to anyone, your friend, your coworker, even your mom.
Well, maybe not quite like that to your mom, but you get the idea.
And if someone asks, "How's it going?" don't say, "I am fine, thank you, and you." You will sound like a robot.
I am functioning within normal parameters. Thank you for your inquiry.
Just say, "Pretty good," or "Not bad," or honestly, even just,
"Eh." Is valid. Very valid.
Americans love to complain about being tired. It's basically a love language.
Dead serious. "I'm so tired" is probably the most relatable sentence in the English language. All right, next scenario, and this one is so important. Ordering food and asking for things in everyday places.
Because this is where people freeze up the most. You walk into a coffee shop, the barista's staring at you, there's a line behind you,
And suddenly, every English word you've ever learned just leaves the building.
Okay, let's do it. I'll be the barista.
Hey, can I get a medium-iced coffee with oat milk?
Sure thing. Anything else?
Actually, yeah. Can I also add a vanilla shot?
Of course. And what's the name for the order?
Alex. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. I'll have that right out for you. Okay, some key phrases there. Can I get? This is the phrase for ordering. Not "I want." That can sound rude. Not "please give me." Too formal. Can I get is the sweet spot.
And can I also add? That's how you add things to your order without starting over.
Notice I said "sure thing" and "absolutely"? Americans use these instead of just "yes." It sounds warmer.
And "thanks so much" versus just "thank you." Thanks so much feels more genuine, more natural.
Now, what about when something goes wrong? Like they bring you the wrong order?
Oh, good one. Because this is where people get scared. They don't want to be rude, so they just eat the wrong thing.
Don't eat the wrong thing. Just say, "Hey, I think there might be a mix-up with my order." The question mark at the end is key. It keeps it gentle.
Americans use rising intonation to soften things. Like, you're not accusing, you're just noting a possibility.
Exactly. Or, "I'm so sorry, I actually ordered oat milk, not regular milk." Still apologizing even though it's not your fault. Very American.
We apologize for everything.
It's a whole cultural thing. Don't fight it, just go with it.
Okay, this section is one of my favorites Because there's a whole language that exists just in text messages and casual conversation. And nobody teaches you this.
Nobody. Your teacher never told you that LOL doesn't actually mean you're laughing.
Context is everything. Let's go through some real examples.
All right, let's shift the scene. Work or school? Because you need to sound natural there too, but it's a slightly different register.
Slightly. Like, you're not going to walk into a job interview and say, "Sup." But you're also not going to say, "I am deeply honored to make your acquaintance."
Please don't do that.
Let's do a quick scene. You're a student talking to your professor about a late assignment. "Hey, Professor Kim, do you have a second?"
Sure, what's up?
"So I wanted to talk about the essay. I kind of fell behind this week. Things got a little crazy, and I was wondering if there's any flexibility on the deadline."
I appreciate you coming to me. Send me an email and we'll figure something out.
"Oh, wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it."
Okay, do you have a second? That's the perfect way to approach a busy person. You're asking permission before launching in.
And things got a little crazy? This is how Americans explain hard times without going into detail. It's an accepted expression. Nobody asks follow-up questions.
Is there any flexibility? Smooth. Not, "Can you change the deadline for me?" Too direct. Is there flexibility? Leave space.
And I said I really appreciate it twice. That might sound repetitive, but in American conversation, expressing gratitude twice actually lands well. It shows sincerity.
It really does. Americans like to feel like their help matters.
Okay, mistake time. And I want to be really clear. These are not meant to embarrass anyone. Every single person who's learning a language makes these, even native speakers.
These are just the phrases that, when you say them, a native speaker might pause for half a second. Nothing huge, but when you know the natural alternative, you instantly sound more fluent.
Let's do it.
One huge one, saying please at the end of requests in a way that sounds demanding, like, "Give me the menu, please." That's technically correct, but it sounds stiff.
Instead, say, "Could I grab a menu?" Or "Can I get a menu?" The question form already sounds polite without even needing please.
Though adding please to a question is always fine. "Could I grab a menu, please?" That's great.
It's all about the music of the sentence, how it flows, how it sounds coming out of your mouth.
All right, final real section before we wrap up, and this one is pure gold. These are the speaking habits that make the biggest difference.
Americans don't say, "Do you want to?" We say, "Wanna." We don't say "going to," we say "gonna." We don't say "kind of," we say "kinda."
This is called connected speech. It's not lazy, it's just how real spoken English works. If you speak every word separately and clearly, you'll actually sound more foreign. Gonna equals going to, wanna equals want to, kinda equals kind of, gotta equals got to, lemme equals let me.
Every language has filler words, sounds that give you thinking time. In American English, it's like, so.
The word like is huge. It can mean, for example, it can be a pause word, it can show approximation.
Like, I was talking to my friend and I was like, this is kind of a lot,
Perfect. Totally natural. That sentence is how millions of Americans talk every single day. Americans communicate a lot through intonation, how your voice goes up and down. A rising tone can make a statement sound like a question. A falling tone signals confidence.
For example, "You're serious?" Said with a rising voice means "I can't believe it." Said with a flat voice, it might sound sarcastic. Same words, totally different meaning.
Americans react while you're talking. We don't just sit silently and wait. We say, "Oh wow, no way. Really? Seriously? That's crazy."
If you're just nodding silently, the other person might think you're not understanding or not interested. Short reactions keep the conversation alive. Honestly, the most fluent thing you can do is recover naturally when you forget a word. Say, "What's the word?" Or, that thing where? Or the thingy.
The thingy has saved me more times than I can count.
Native speakers forget words too. What makes you sound fluent is how you handle it, not whether it happens.
Okay, we covered a lot today. Greetings, ordering food, texting, work and school conversations, common mistakes, speaking tips.
And the biggest thing I want you to take away from this is real English is not perfect English. It's connected, casual, sometimes messy, and that's exactly what makes it human.
The goal isn't to speak like a textbook. The goal is to communicate, to connect with people. And you are so much closer to that than you think.
Seriously,
The fact that you're here, watching this, wanting to improve, that's already more than most people do. And the best thing you can do starting right now, practice one phrase from today in a real conversation. Just one. What's up? Can I get? No worries. That makes sense. Pick one. Use it today. Subscribe to English Speak Show. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And leave us a comment down below. Tell us, what's the most confusing thing about how Americans speak? And we might make a whole episode answering your question. Stay curious, keep practicing, and we'll catch you in the next one.